Pat, you started to talk a little bit about the concept of dual role relationships in families. And this is, I think, one of the biggest educational opportunities in terms of how to manage the dynamics, right, between managing family members and those who are non-managing shareholders of business, but to sit down and actually acknowledge where there's all these dual roles that we're playing at once with each other, right? So let's say it's Michael, you and Pat and I are the same family. It could be that at work, Pat is our boss and CEO. Could be at home, you're the trustee, Michael, of both Pat and I and my trusts. And it could be that in another scenario, Pat actually has a majority voting share because the way our senior generations died, more of it ended up in, and so to sit down sometimes and acknowledge these are the different roles we play. Now let's shuffle it again. Now we're siblings. Now we're owner family members, and we're all in that same group, but you manage, I don't. And then to really specify what are the roles we each need to play and the boundaries of those roles in each one of those setups. That is so helpful to families. And I find as we move around and talk to business owning families every month of the year, I'm always surprised that people don't spend a little bit more time acknowledging how the pressures and the dynamics of those dual role relationships do really need to be acknowledged and then spelled out. Once you do spell it out for families, I find it's a lot easier to then say, let's put some ground rules around how we act in terms of each of these different types of relationships we play. Because at the end of the day, I think we all know this, most families, maybe this year's an exception because of COVID restrictions around Thanksgiving, but at the end of the day, all families want to be able to sit down around the Thanksgiving table together and not feel like all these dual role relationship dynamics have gotten in the way. The more we sort them out as a family and revisit them from time to time, the more it gets clear around how we can really navigate those different roles in the different settings.
Great. I want to talk about